record on this computer. Okay, so good morning, everybody. Jodie Simmons from Taking Perspective, and today's webinar is on, do you have a problem saying no? This is often something that people have an issue with. So I thought, let's do a webinar on it. So I'll just close me down. There we go. So what's up for discussion today? So what is it about saying no? Why is having the confidence to say no so important? And just a few tips on how to say no. Okay, so firstly, so what is it about saying no? Okay, the bottom line is, for a lot of people, saying no isn't easy. What we find, though, is by saying no, we're actually setting ourselves some boundaries. And it's really all about creating some mental health for yourself, because saying no will help you not just create boundaries, but help you with your self-esteem. It'll help you with your confidence and a lot of aspects of your life by just being able to say that simple two-letter word, no. Often we find ourselves afraid of the conflict that may come about by saying no, because sometimes it's just easier to say yes. And I'm sure many of you have said those words yourselves. I know I have said that from time to time. You know, when someone asks me and I just go, hands go up and you go, you know what? Sometimes it's just easier to say yes. So the issue is we say yes because it's really just about, I suppose, just, you know, getting them off our back, you know, the people that are actually asking for you to do something. It's about just getting it done and getting it over and done with. So even if it's something that you don't want to do, you find yourself saying yes just to get it done. And really, we do this to avoid upsetting people. So sometimes it's just about being people pleasers. We become so preoccupied with what people are actually thinking about us that in, you know, that mode of needing constant approval from family, from friends, our co-workers, that, you know, we just have this seemingly innate obligation and feel guilty about saying no. And to a degree, you end up by torturing, we end up by torturing ourselves with the idea that someone may not like us or get upset with us because we've actually said no to them. So not being able to mutter the word no means you are putting yourself on the bottom of your priority list. We are filling up everybody else's cup, but not our own. Does that sound familiar? I actually spoke about this, I believe it was last weekend, you know, in my About Me post, where we go about our lives filling up everybody else's cup, making sure everybody else is okay and, you know, that everybody else is happy. But what do we do to fill our own cups up? And it's really important. And if uttering the word no to someone so that you can go do something that's filling your cup up, that's really important. So why is having the confidence to say no so important? And you might find yourself taking on too many projects. That's often a thing, especially in the workplace, or even, you know, if you're renovating the house and you've got kids or a newborn, you know, we tend to take on so many things at once. And this can cause mental health issues like feeling overwhelmed, which can lead to burnout, anxiety, depression. And it can also, to a degree, cause feelings of anger or bitterness to the people or person that you're struggling to say no to. So that could be your boss at work. That could be, you know, your spouse. You know, we could be doing, as I said, you could have a newborn baby, you know, you're renovating the house, you're running kids to school, you know, the house mightn't be as clean and, you know, dinner mightn't be ready at a particular time. And, you know, sometimes you just got to say, you know what, no, this is too much. I need to just spend some time doing something for me, or, you know, sorry, I can't do that for you right now. Okay, the confidence to being able to say no is therefore best for your own self-care and overall well-being. By developing the skill to say no, you will have more control over your life, more time for yourself, and be able to fill your own cup. So being able to say no also lends itself to being a more authentic you, because you find yourself being able to be more true to your own needs and desires. You know, your own thoughts and feelings finally get a look in, as, you know, you've stopped being a people pleaser and worrying about everybody else's thoughts and feelings. You're actually taking out the time to, you know, just be a bit more authentic to you and really delve in and lean into your own thoughts and feelings and emotions and what they're meaning for you. So saying no, we don't, it's not about, you know, not taking other people's feelings into account. What I'm saying is ask the question when you're, you know, asked to do something. Ask this question to yourself: at what cost to you? So, you know, you would say, if someone asks you to do something, you know, pause for a moment and say, all right, at what cost to me? What's that going? Me saying yes to you, what does that take away from me? Okay, so it's not about, you know, not taking other people's feelings into account, but it is about making you your number one priority. So the next time you're in a situation where you would usually say yes out of obligation and people pleasing, afraid of that potential negative outcome, and it's something that you don't want to do, again, ask yourself a few questions. 1, at what cost to you? 2, does this align with my values? And what does my gut say? I think people really, they forget their own intuition and really need to listen to their inner selves a bit more around this. So we need to understand a few tips on saying no. We need to understand that there is a skill. Saying no is a skill that we need to develop, because some of us are just born people pleasers. You know, we're born empathetic and we just say yes to everyone and we want to help everyone. So it doesn't come as easy to some as it does to others. So it's about being true to yourself whilst being courteous to the person you're saying no to. So the idea is not to respond straight away. Tell them you'll get back to them, you know, and be creative with your solution. No more people pleasing, keep it simple and never apologize or over explain, because we don't need to apologize for saying no. Okay, you know, you don't want to say, sorry, I can't do that right now. It's just, you know, I'm not in a position to do that right now. Maybe if you ask me next week, I'll have more time on my hands. You know, whatever it is for you. Okay, so here's just 5 little areas that when you're about to say no, you know, I want you to think about in developing that answer no. So it's about setting boundaries. By saying yes is your boundaries being intruded upon. By saying yes, you not being your assertive self, as in, you know, it's something that you don't want to do. So you need to set boundaries. You need to be assertive yet courteous. You need to be firm. You need to follow your gut, your intuition, and you actually need to be selfish, because filling your own cup can be a little bit selfish, because it's about stepping back and going, you know what, this is me time. I need this. Okay, we're allowed to be selfish. Okay, and you do this by, here's just a few examples of the things you can say. So, no, thank you, that sounds lovely, yet I'm going to have to give it a miss. Number 2, I have something else on. Number 3, I'm honoured you asked, yet I am busy. 4, I just don't have the time right now. 5, I appreciate the invitation, yet I am unable. Okay, don't throw a but in there, because buts delete what you've said in the beginning. So I am appreciative of the invitation, yet I am unable. Or, you know what, number 6, just say no thank you. Okay, So there's some ideas on how to get around the no, saying no sentences. So in summary today, we talked about letting go of people pleasing, letting go of the fear of being your authentic self, and just saying the word no. Who would have thought so many of us had so many hang-ups over the word no? It's one of those things. So for our own mental health and our own well-being, developing the confidence to say no is an important part of being human. You're filling your own cup, you're feeding yourself when you say no. It's essential to dipping your toes on the other side of your comfort zone and coming back and saying that feels good, because saying no can actually be quite liberating. It does feel good to take that a little bit of that control back and be that assertive self. Okay, so next week's webinar is Friday the 17th of June, and I'm doing a webinar on self-acceptance. Are you embracing it? Again, webinars are 9 a.m. live in this group. For those who see this, you will get a link to register if you're not in the group. So you can check me out on other socials, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, obviously, Facebook and Instagram. You can also find some of the audios of my webinars uploaded to Anchor if it's a case of you just driving around and listening. So again, thank you all very much for watching, and thank you for registering. Those registered will receive a copy in your inbox this afternoon. And thank you very much. And now I will sign off.